Hey everyone, and welcome to Battle Report number 13. It's a practice game for the tournament I've actually just gotten home from. I did have this Battle Report all done, but my computer crashed on Friday night before I went to the tournament, and I couldn't bother sitting doing it all again, so I'm doing it now. And here's hoping it goes a little better. So it's against Graham Duffy, who's an Orcs Goblins player. I first played and met Duffy back in October at another tournament. He beat me then, and this was just a 3,000 point practice game, as you may have noticed in the credits at the beginning there. And we're going to quickly go over what's in each army. My army, I have 25 Black Ark Corsairs, with a Banner of the Wild Dragon BSB, Frostheart Phoenix. I'm using Malekith, who is not properly based or sitting on a dragon at this point. I have 20 Blackguard. I have 15 Sisters of Avalorn with Handmaiden of the Everqueen with the Reaver Bow. I also have a level 2 Metal Wizard, 2 units of Dark Riders, and a unit of 18 Witch Elves. So my opponent, Orcs Goblins, obviously has a couple of big hordes. He's got a horde of 40 Savage Orcs. I think it's about 30 Night Goblins with some Fanatics, 2 units of 5 Wolf Riders. You can see the character sitting inside there. Now this is actually slightly misleading because he doesn't have a BSB. Yes, he submitted his list and forgot to put a BSB in, for which he took a bit of a ribbon. Plenty of people taking the piss out of him for forgetting to do a BSB. He says he was drunk, so we'll forgive him. But he has Grimgore. He has Wurzag, I think his name is. He has a level 2 Goblin Shaman and a level 1 Goblin Shaman and a level 2 Orc Shaman. So we'll see how they work out. As you can see, this is Graham here. I think he wanted to be immortalised on YouTube, so here it is. My YouTube channel, Graham, you're immortalised. He also has a horde of 40 Black Orcs, 2 Chariots, 2 Mangler Squigs, 2 Doom Divers, and a Rock Clobber. Oh, War Machines. Hate them. So this is just a quick picture of my spells. 2 for Metal and the Lore of Shadow. And we go into deployment. So on my right flank, I have my Dark Riders, Frostheart Phoenix, and 18 Witch Elves. In the centre, I have my 25 Black Ark Corsairs with my BSB, my Sisters of Avalorn with the Handmaiden, behind them sitting Malekith, and on the left there you can see I've got my Dark Riders and my Blackguard. I actually have nothing on this flank at all. Out here he has a unit of Goblin Wolf Riders, then he has his Doom Diver and a unit of 40 Savage Orcs. Into the centre, he has his little Rock Clobber, his 40 Black Orcs, a Chariot, Mangler Squig. Then he has his Night Goblin unit. There's only 25 of them, with his Shaman in there. Another Mangler Squig. And over here he has another Chariot, his other Doom Diver, and another unit of Wolf Riders. So, I lost the roll-off to go first, but this is Vanguard's. I just moved my Dark Riders up and up, hoping to get rid of his fast cav. And we're into his movement phase. So he brings his cav round and out of my charge arc and is going to take a few shots at me from there. Over here, his Savage Orcs have to run forward. His Chariots all move forward, his Mangler Squigs move forward, his Black Orcs move forward. His Goblins don't move as far as they can because of the Mangler Squig didn't quite go far enough. And around here his Fast Cav do their Fast Cav tricks and pop in behind my Fast Cav to fire at their backsides. And in the magic phase, I can't remember the dice numbers, but he 6 dices Foot of Gork. I hate this spell. He 6 dices Foot of Gork, gets it off irresistibly, and kills 12 of my Sisters of Avalorn. That was annoying. That's a unit decimated. Then he rolls for it, and it stops again onto my black guard and kills 15 of them. And that's another unit decimated. And here you can just see the casualties caused. So 12 sisters and 15 blackguard, which basically means the left flank of the table is completely unopposed, and I have nothing on there that's, well, those 2 units are now completely ineffective. So I can't really describe how I was feeling. It was funny. He then rolled a 1, and I think I killed a few black orcs. Big whoop from a unit 40. So this is what's left. My Metal Sorceress, my Handmaiden, and 3 of the sisters from that unit, and 5 Blackguard. On his miscast result, I think it's an 8. He manages to do a wound to his level 1 and his level 2 Shaman. Sorry for the blurry picture there. So all in all, quite a good exchange for the Orcs and Goblins there. Graham was quite pleased. I wasn't. Into the shooting phase, his Wolf Riders on the left kill one of my Dark Riders, little bastards. And over here, his Wolf Riders on the right do absolutely nothing. He then gets a Rock Lobber, I think it is. Sorry, no, it's a Doom Diver. He hits my Blackguard with, killing 2. He then takes another shot at them. He then takes a Doom Diver at my Corsairs, killing 3 of them. And, sorry, that must have been a Rock Lobber at my Corsairs, because the Doom Diver goes into the Blackguard and kills the last 3. And that's the end of turn 1. So we go into my movement phase. Since I'm basically 2 units down, it's not much to go. But I move up my Frostheart Phoenix and pull it round here, trying to coax out the Night Goblin fanatics and hope that they'll go through the Mangler Squig, maybe kill it. I would have been quite pleased with that. But I didn't angle it quite correctly, and there was a line across which the fanatics made it and managed to clip the corner of the base of my Frostheart Phoenix. And they do a wound to him. The rest of my movement's like this. Up in the top corner there you can see my Fast Cav run round behind his Fast Cav. My Witch Elves and my Corsair unit move up, and my Sister of Avalon move up, and I'm basically going to hope to shoot off the Mangler Squigs and things, so I don't want them running through my Toughness 3 Elves. And as you can see, shooting is quite effective. I do get both of the Mangler Squigs killed outright, which saves me a few problems. Over here, I do 1 wound to the Fast Cav on the right. And that's the grand total of my turn. So we go into my opponent's turn 2, and his Chariot makes a charge into my depleted unit of Sisters and Handmaiden. They stand and shoot, and only manage to do 1 wound. This little fanatic decides to take a run through Malekith, doesn't do any wounds. This one goes through the Phoenix again. I don't think it does anything, and this one is running off towards the Black Orcs, so he can run around there and kill as many Black Orcs as he wants, I don't care. And since his right flank is now unopposed because I have nothing on my left flank, he starts to wheel round his 2 units. 40 Savage Orcs pulling in from the far right, sorry. And the Black Orcs just turning to face without actually touching that Night Goblin fanatic. And his Goblins just turning around to face Malekith and the Frostheart Phoenix and seeing how we'll get on. So we get over here and the impact hits. That's just a picture of them getting in, sorry. Over here there's a bit more dancing and some more shooting. I don't think they kill any more of my Dark Riders, they don't. Then he gets off Foot of Gork again. It's not irresistible this time, but I have 6 dice and I decide to try and dispel it. Unfortunately, I roll 4 ones. Hey! Fantastic. This game's just not going my way. Luckily, he only it scatters off a little and only kills 4 Witch Elves. Sorry, this is the time. It wasn't in turn 1, it was in turn 2 that the Foot of Gork, I managed to replace it and it landed on the Black Orcs. So that was me killing a few. Over here, his Goblin Wolf Riders don't manage to kill anything, and that's just me giving them the finger. We then go into the Doom Diver's turn, and the Doom Diver misfires, but it misfires 5, which is skid marks. Meaning a little goblin gets fired from the Doom Diver and goes skidding along the ground right the way across the board until it hits something. Which was my Dark Riders. As you can see, the laser pointer there put the line so he made the unit no problem. And killed them all. So Doom Divers, even when they misfire, they're killing my unit. I hate Orcs and Goblins. And excuse me, next Doom Diver goes into my Corsairs and kills 3 of them. Here the impact hits, kill the 3 sisters, leave the handmaiden alive. But the resulting combat between the Boar Boys and the handmaiden see her chopped to pieces. And it overruns out of the arc of my Corsairs. So this is how things look at the top, the bottom of turn 2, my turn. And we are... there's a couple of things. So I elect to charge both the Phoenix and Malekith into the Black Orc Horde, hoping that I can do enough damage between this turn and next turn with thunderstorms and whatnot and survive. But we'll see. So both of them make it, which Grim is quite happy about. He does have Grimgor, the incarnate of beasts, in there. And still about 32, 33 Black Orcs. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. The Witch Elves move over here, preparing to help Malekith if necessary. My plan was perhaps run them into the Savage Orcs with Occam's Mind Razor and just do as much damage as possible, and then maybe try and shoot them off with the Corsairs. Corsairs turn around here. I've still got 20 shots or so in that unit, so I'm going to try and take out that chariot. It's down to 3 wounds, so here's hoping. I then managed to get off the Withering and the Enfeebling and Melkos Mystifying Miasma, reducing both his strength, his weapon skill by 2. With all my shots, the chariot only takes 1 more wound, which sucks, so that's still about my flanks. I can't have that. The Dark Riders charged the Goblin Wolf Riders here because they failed their animosity last turn and weren't able to run away. So I charged them to kill them off, which I do, and we go into combat. So he challenged with his champion and then made way with Grimgor across to my Phoenix, which kind of sucked. I was a little disappointed here. I get full 5 combat res from the Malekith's combat with the champion. I do a few wounds. I don't do any wounds actually on Grimgor with the Phoenix, and Grimgor kills the Phoenix in return. So Malekith's now left in himself against that big brick of Black Orcs and Grimgor, and this is how we look going into turn 3. So he elects to charge his Savage Orcs into the flank of Malekith as well. He's basically wanted to combat res him out of the game, I think. Over here. Sorry, I didn't run them down. They did escape and they failed to rally. Over here, the chariot just moves out of my charge arc. I know it does look like it's in there, but the base actually isn't. He has an extension on the model there for the extra crew member. So the base is actually out of my charge arc. He wheels round his Goblin unit up here to face Malekith as well. And there's a Goblin Fanatic just jumping about in the middle there. We go into combat. He sacrifices the champion from the Savage Orc unit. He dies to Malekith. I get full combat res. I lose by 1 or 2 and I stick around. Over here, my Dark Riders catch the fleeing goblins and just turn to about face. I'm facing directly across this way so that I have the choice of either the chariot, which is sitting over there, to threaten, or I've also got the Doom Diver there as well, so we'll see. I turn around, figuring 2 more wounds, I may as well finish this off and get myself some points and stop it running around. And my Witch Elves charged into the flank of these Savage Orcs. So I do manage to get Occam's Mind Razor off on them. And I fail to do any wounds whatsoever on this chariot. So I'm not doing too great at the minute. I was basically on 4s to hit and 6s to wound with 19 shots, I actually think it is. I think I probably should get 1 or 2 wounds, but it wasn't to be. The Witch Elves, who are in at the side, go and kill off several of the Savage Orcs, as you can see, and they take 2 losses for the return. Malekith kills off, I think this is the turn I managed to kill his Shaman, Wurzag, and Grimgor. Yep, there's the next picture. So Malekith manages to kill Wurzag and Grimgor here. I can't remember why he didn't challenge. Oh, sorry, he did challenge, but I accepted with the Witch Elf champion. That was what happened. As he didn't want to challenge with Grimgor. But Grimgor was in base contact with Malekith after midways and things, because he was his only hope of actually doing wounds to him. But as you can see, Malekith survives. Malekith's taken about 4 wounds at the moment, I think, and manages to kill off the General and the level 4 Wizard. I can't quite remember what killed these Corsairs. I'm going to assume it was a Stone Thrower or a Doom Diver, but 5 of them died. In combat, this chariot goes through and wipes out a whole rank of my Witch Elves, which sucked. Meaning I only have 1 in contact with it. If I had an extra one, I'm still at strength 10, so I would have been able to kill it. But this is a roll of his 5-up ward saves that I think Malekith does to the Savage Orc unit. Or the Witch Elves do it to the Savage Orc unit. They have a 5-up ward save, and it makes 5 out of 7, which sucked because I lose this combat, but and the Witch Elves flee. They're not caught by the chariot. Malekith flees and is caught by the goblins. Oh my god. So basically, because he made 5 of those ward saves on the Savage Orcs, this combat went from being easily winnable to me losing by 1 or 2. My Witch Elves are stuck between 2 chariots, one which never caught them and one which has turned to face them. Malekith is run down by goblins, and everything else just runs over. So on my turn, I charge the Doom Diver at the back here, and I do kill it and run off the board. My Witch Elves had rallied, and my Corsairs turn around, going to try firing at this chariot again, and I realise all I've did all this game with this unit is turn around and try and kill this chariot, but I don't have much chance of it actually ever surviving the fight with the Savage Orcs or the Black Orcs. The only thing I possibly could have killed was the Goblins with it, and well, that's probably not going to happen. I then, in the shooting phase, I do manage to fail to kill that chariot again. So 3 rounds of shooting, that's 60 shots. Hitting on 4s, so 30 should have hit. Wounding on 6s, so 6 should have wounded. I think he had a 5-up armour save against it, so 4 should have went through. So that's just the averages I should have killed it. He only had 3 wounds left when I started shooting. So I can't even roll average in this game. So I was on the back foot from the start, and everything just went from bad to worse, basically. But we were having a good laugh. It was a good day. We go into his turn, and he charges the rear of the Witch Elves with the chariot, and he charges the flank of the Corsairs with the other chariot. The Witch Elves are, of course, deleted, and he turns to face. My Corsairs lose a few. I'm steadfast, and I turn to face. in this combat, I managed to put another wound on the chariot and kill off one chariot, so that was that. We go into his turn 6. He charges my Corsairs, who elect to flee and are cut down by the Savage Orcs, as I only roll about a 4 or a 5 and he rolls a 12. Graham, I hate you. I was so soundly spanked at this point that I wasn't even disappointed. I was just, it was funny the way everything happened. It was usual Orcs and Goblins. Things went wrong for them that ended up working out right. Graham's a great guy. There's a few other guys that I've only met at tournaments here as well, so we were having a good laugh. And it was just hilarious, the way how well he was rolling, how bad I was rolling. It really was an interesting game. My Dark Riders, who would have come back on last turn, charge into the Stone Thrower, get me some points for that. And that's the end of the game. So yeah, I was soundly beaten. And I'll leave you with this picture of Graham. Just one more picture for himself to be on Facebook. Yeah, he won. And, well, if the dice are against you, there's nothing you can do. Thanks for listening, folks. I'll have the 3 games from the actual tournament up within the next few days, hopefully. Please enjoy them. Share your thoughts, your comments. Tell me my mistakes. Although there's really no need. I already know some of them, but I'll welcome your comments on it and your ridicule. And I'll see you on the next one then. Have a good day.